Here is a comparison you have probably never made. Two men wake up at sunrise. The first man is you. You open your eyes and immediately feel it. A tightness in your lower back, a dull ache that has been there so long you have stopped noticing it until this exact moment every morning. You swing your legs out of bed, wince, and start your day hunched over a toothbrush, hunched over a steering wheel, hunched over a computer, hunched over lunch, hunched over a phone, hunched over dinner, hunched over a TV, then back to bed to do it all again. The second man wakes up on the ground, not a mattress, ground. Dirt pocked hard by generations of feet. He has been sleeping on his side with his knees drawn up, the same position every human slept in for hundreds of thousands of years before the mattress industry convinced you that you needed memory foam. He sits up, he does not wince. He stands, he walks. His back does not hurt. It has never hurt. 80% of modern adults will experience significant back pain at some point in their lives. It is the leading cause of disability worldwide. Millions of people cannot work, cannot sleep, cannot bend over to tie their shoes without a reminder that their spines are slowly giving up on them. Your ancestors did not have this problem, not because they were stronger, not because they were tougher, because they never sat in a chair. The human spine evolved over roughly 300 million years, from the first fish that crawled onto land to the ape that decided to stand up. It is a masterpiece of evolutionary engineering. It is also a compromise. Bipedalism freed your hands but put all your upper body weight on a vertical column of bones with jelly in between. Your spine was already a fragile design before you added the chair, and you have added the chair for most of your waking life. The average modern adult sits for 9 to 10 hours a day. Sleeping does not count. That is on top of sleeping. 9 to 10 hours of your spine being compressed in a position it was never designed to hold. The lumbar curve flattens, the discs compress, the muscles around your lower back go dormant because they are not needed when you are sitting. They simply shut off. Then you stand up, ask them to work, and wonder why they hurt. Chairs have only existed for about 10,000 years. Before that, every human who ever lived spent their entire lives on the ground. 10,000 years sounds like a long time, but in evolutionary terms, it is nothing. Your spine spent 300 million years learning how to handle movement, squatting, and varied terrain. It has had 10,000 years to learn how to handle a chair. That is not enough time. Your spine still thinks a chair is a strange rock it should sit on only temporarily before moving again. Your ancestors sat too, but they did not sit on chairs. They squatted. They knelt. They sat on the ground with their legs crossed. They changed positions constantly. A 2015 study of hunter-gatherer groups in Tanzania found that they spent less than 10% of their daylight hours sitting on flat surfaces. They were either moving, squatting, kneeling, or lying down. Their spines never experienced the sustained compression that yours endures every single workday. The spine is designed to move. Every disc in your back depends on movement to stay hydrated and healthy. When you move, spinal fluid circulates into the discs, nourishing them. When you sit still for hours, that circulation stops. The discs slowly dry out. They shrink. They become brittle. This is not a theory. This is basic spinal biology that your chair is violating every afternoon. But movement alone does not tell the whole story. The way your ancestors moved was fundamentally different. They walked 8 to 10 miles a day, not on pavement, on uneven ground, rocks, roots, slopes, mud. Every step was slightly different, forcing dozens of small stabilizing muscles in your back and core to fire constantly. Those muscles are the same ones that go dormant when you sit. Your ancestors used them every waking moment. You use them only when you walk on a flat sidewalk, and not even then because the sidewalk is doing the stabilizing for you. They carried things: meat, wood, water, children. They carried them on their heads, on their backs, in their arms. They carried them for miles. Every load strengthened the muscles that support your spine. Your heaviest load is a backpack you wear for 30 minutes between your car and your office. They squatted, not as exercise, as a default resting position. A 2016 study of hunter-gatherers in Tanzania found that they spent several hours a day in a deep squat. That position is one of the most effective stretches for the lower back and hips. It opens the spine. It lengthens the muscles that sitting shortens. Your body is begging you to squat. You refuse because you have a chair. The evidence from modern hunter-gatherers is striking. A 2017 study comparing the spines of Hadza hunter-gatherers with industrialized populations found that the Hadza had significantly lower rates of spinal degeneration despite being far more physically active in ways that should damage the spine. Their spines looked older on an X-ray but felt younger in real life. The degeneration was there, the pain was not. This suggests something important. Degeneration does not cause pain. Inactivity causes pain. Your ancestors had spines that looked worse than yours but felt better. You have a spine that looks fine on paper but hurts every morning. The evolutionary trade-off is worth understanding. When your ancestors stood upright for the first time, they gained the ability to see over tall grass, carry food, and throw weapons. They lost a stable four-legged spine. The human lower back is a known weak point in mammalian design. Every veterinarian who has treated a dog with back problems will tell you that dogs rarely have them. Every chiropractor will tell you that humans almost always do. The lumbar spine, the part that hurts the most, is the specific area that took the heaviest evolutionary toll. In four-legged mammals, the spine acts like a suspension bridge, evenly supported on both ends. When humans stood up, that lower section became a cantilever, supporting the entire weight of the upper body with no direct support underneath. It works, but it works better when the muscles around it are active and strong. Sitting deactivates those muscles. The cantilever loses its support structure, and it hurts. But here is the part that changes everything. Your ancestors knew this. They knew their backs were vulnerable. That is why they moved the way they did. That is why they squatted instead of sat. That is why they never stopped moving. They did not know about discs or lumbar curves or spinal degeneration, but they knew that if they stayed in one position too long, their bodies would punish them, so they never did. You know the same thing. You have felt your back tighten after a long meeting. You have felt the relief of standing up and stretching. You know your body is telling you to move. You ignore it because you have to finish the email. The man who woke up on the ground 50,000 years ago did not have back pain because he never gave his back a chance to hurt. He moved constantly. He changed positions every few minutes. He squatted, knelt, walked, ran, carried, climbed. His spine was loaded in every direction, every day. It never had time to stiffen. A 2018 study of modern office workers found that the average worker spends 75% of their shift sitting. The same study found that those who took frequent standing breaks reported 40% less back pain. Not less sitting, just more breaking up of sitting. The human spine does not need you to stand all day. It just needs you to stop staying in one position for more than about 20 minutes at a time. You have the same spine he had, the same discs, the same muscles, the same evolutionary history. You have just given it 40 years of chairs. The good news is that your back is not broken. It is just bored. It is begging you to move. It has been begging you for years. You have been ignoring it because you have a chair. But the chair is not your friend. The chair is the problem, and the solution is older than the chair itself. Get up. That is the advice 50,000 years of human evolution has for you. Get up and move. Your ancestors never had back pain because they never sat still long enough to develop it. You are not weaker than them. You are just sitting down. The difference between a spine that hurts and a spine that does not is not strength. It is not genetics. It is not how many crunches you can do. It is time. Time spent in one position. Time spent ignoring the signals your body has been sending since the first chair existed. Your ancestors did not have stronger backs. They had more varied lives. They moved because they had to. You have to move because you choose to. But the spine does not care about the reason. It only cares about the movement.